PARKSIDE 20V Cordless woodcutter mini chainsaw basically. 15cm cuts, chain speed 8 meters a second, does not come with battery or charger, so you will need your own, compatible with all 20V batteries. Accessories: chain lube and blade guard. As usual with PARKSIDE tools, 3 years warranty. I have opened it. Normally you would have a cable tie seal by there when you pick it up from Lidl's, but I did have a quick look last night when I got it. Usual PARKSIDE manual, if you want to read through that, various languages. Comes with a spare chain, which I think is great. This was £30 in the UK. I gotta be honest though, I would like to come with the option of not having the case. They could obviously save money and sell it a bit cheaper. Chain oil. One thing I'm really disappointed with, I thought this would have had an automatic chain lubricator, but it doesn't. And there's also something else on this saw that I really don't like, and is a safety issue that I'll tell you a bit later in the video about. But it's something that seriously concerns me in all honesty. But anyway, we'll take a look at it. We'll do some test cuts and I'll give you my honest opinion. I'll even take it apart so we can see actually what's going on inside. But for £30, I gotta be honest, I don't know how they can make stuff so cheap. It has an automatic chain tensioner, which is a big problem in my opinion, but like I said, I'll get onto that a bit later because it is quite dangerous. Something definitely worth mentioning. You have your on-off switch, safety catch, you got to push that to pull. It has a rubberized grip, feels very comfortable, and it states it's 87 decibels. Let's just move the case out of the way. It recommends using a 2Ah battery, but I've got 4Ah batteries here, but I'm going to test it with the 2Ah battery because basically anything that does cut in, you really need 4A or more. Battery nice and secure. Love the fact it has an automatic chain brake. That's a good safety touch. But I also bought this little bad boy off Amazon. I've done a review on this. I'll leave it in the top corner but there if you want to check it out. But this thing was only £15 with 2 batteries. And I've used this quite a bit, and I got to be honest, it's a cracking little saw for the money. I'm just going to check quickly to see if it has an automatic chain brake. The batteries that come with it. No, obviously it has a brake, but it's not like the PARKSIDE which stops instantly. But for the money, this is a fantastic little saw. Anyway, back to the PARKSIDE. And the other thing I think is really rubbish is you got to oil the chain yourself. I know it's only a cheap saw, but how does this work? I know it's only a cheap saw, only £30 the time that I paid for it, but really you need a self-oiler on a chainsaw. Let's just take the battery off 1 second. That's the biggest downside of this tool. I've got quite a few Parkside tools and they're all okay in all honesty for what you pay for them, but seriously needs a self-oiler on this saw though, in all honesty. But we'll give it a quick test now and we'll see what it cuts like. How slack has that chain become? And the chain tensioner don't even work. Unbelievable. Oh, there we go, it's sprung back now. One thing I really don't like about it, that I think is a massive safety concern, is the chain tensioner. Normally on chainsaws you have a screw with there that you can tighten the chain or slacken the chain. This thing has some stupid, I'll take it off, some stupid self tensioner on a spring. The biggest problem I have with this is, you try and get that blade on back on there, you've got to push on that side by there to push down, and you imagine your hand slipping and going straight up the side of a razor sharp chain. Absolutely stupid design in my opinion, and very dangerous. The only thing I can suggest when you do it, and I haven't done it yet, is use a bit of a towel or something by there, or put a thick glove on your hand. And to be honest, when I noticed this design, I was on the point of returning it for a refund. That's just how stupid and dangerous this system is. And I did try it last night, and like I said, you've got to be so careful your hand doesn't slip. You've got to push and then try and get that. You see what I mean? It just slips. It is absolutely stupid and dangerous. You got to try and push like that, and then try and feed that over there, and that is as far as it goes. You can see how difficult this is, and I'm experienced in using chainsaws, so imagine somebody that have never used a chainsaw before and you want to change your blade or take your blade off to sharpen. Parkside, if ever you see this, this is such a, or whoever makes your tools actually, such a stupid friggin' design. I'm going to do this in real time. I ain't even going to edit it, just to show you how difficult this is. There we go, we finally got it after God knows how many attempts. But like I said, your hand slipping up there, it's a chainsaw, it's going to make a friggin' heck of a mess of your hand. So my advice is, well, to me, I was on the point of returning it, because this design is just so stupid. Every other chainsaw I have owned, and I've owned a lot over the years, I've never ever seen that system before. This cheap one, that was only £14. Your chain tensioner is that little screw there, like every other chainsaw. Absolute dangerous. Your hand slips on that and you're gonna be in A&E, in all honesty. Absolutely stupid design. And this is what we got inside. Just a simple circuit board for your battery to a micro switch, a brushed motor, very little grease. That's why I decided to take this apart, because one thing with Parkside tools I have noticed is they put hardly any grease in them. The only main concern I have is, like I have said previously in this video, is the chain tensioner. Absolutely dangerous. Right, we'll put it back together. More grease please, Parkside, whoever makes these tools, because every tool of yours I have taken apart just doesn't have enough grease in it. One thing I just noticed that I want to point out, it doesn't even have the guide star with the rivet through there with the bearing. The guide star, just notice this cheap little Chinese one has it. You know, so if they can put the guide star to save your blade wearing down on the end, and this was £15 with 2 batteries and a charger, I don't know why Parkside didn't do it, to be honest. You know, that's just cheaping out again. In my opinion, if I was just going to buy one of these, it'd be this one. I've used and abused this one, and it's still going strong, and it comes with 2 batteries and a charger for £15. Like I said, I've already reviewed it. There's a link in the channel. Watch it, check it out. And this came from a UK supplier. It took 3 days to be delivered, and that was £15 including delivery. This thing is 30 quid, and in my opinion, not as good as this one. Anyway, my final thoughts. You probably know what I'm going to say by now. Even for £30, I wouldn't recommend this saw when you can get the one I just showed you for £15 with 2 batteries and a charger. Massive downside is the chain tensioner, especially for somebody with no experience using chainsaws, or if you're elderly and you know you might have arthritis in your hand or something, or haven't got much feeling in your hand. Absolutely dangerous, stupid idea. Anyway, if you like this sort of content, please leave a like. Please check out my other videos on my channel, and also subscribe, as I'm so close to getting 2,000 subscribers, and I would love to get that with your help by Christmas. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you on the next one.